Hey, you! I thought that I would get right on this phone and record myself showing you how to place all this makeup that I sell. It's Saint Beauty. It is cream-based foundations that are in little magnetic tins that fit right in a handy-dandy compact that you can just travel all over the world with, because TSA ain't gonna take these away from you. But they fit in so nice and neat. You can grab up a compact and a brush and run out the door. Did it yesterday myself. So I thought I'm going to show everyone how simple it really is to use. A lot of people will say, I can't do this, I can't do this. You can do it. I am not a makeup artist. Me watching a bunch of videos does not a makeup artist make. But I guess I think I am because I'm on here selling it. But it's just so good and it's so easy. And if I can do it, you can do it. Also, I just did a video. It ended up being 40 minutes, guys. I can't believe I'm still on here because I really need something to drink. My throat is so sore from talking so much. 40 minutes, I didn't shut up. I just rambled on. But I wanted to show all of our tools and products and go over these things in case any of you lovely ladies ever wanted to use them. You don't have to even use them with our products, but just in case, you might want to say, well, what is this like, or what is this? So I just want to give you the 411 on everything in my opinion on it. So, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. If I like it, I do, and if I don't, I don't. And if I tell you other people like it, other people may like it. Maybe their favorite. They ain't gotta be my favorite. We all different. Different strokes for different folks. But, so this is the makeup that I'm going to be wearing. I think I'm going to be wearing most of this. I may change out. I'm not sure. Sometimes I can't make my mind up. But I wanted to go in and kind of be a little bit more dramatic than I normally do because I really want to show you the placement. I have heard multiple times over the last week, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. It's goof proof. You can do it. You, right now, you person in this watching this video, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Even if you put something on the wrong spot, what you would consider the wrong spot, you put your contour down too low, you just go in with the color, go right over it and correct it. It is that easy. I have already put on my eyebrows because I have zero eyebrows. Cerro. I primed my face with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I sprayed it onto my Perfector sponge and I just dabbed it all over my face so that I'll be primed and ready to go. And I think I'm going to use my handy dandy favorite detail brush. I went into detail with this on the other video. I have just talked, y'all. We're having bad weather today, so I just got on here and I'm not gonna lie, it is relaxing. It's relaxing to get on here and just to chit chat and to share. And I really want people to love this as much as I do. And like I said in my other video, it may be that I do sell it. I wouldn't sell anything that I did not stand behind and give it that 100% Susie stamp of approval, but it is so good. So, and it makes other people feel good. And I'll just get random messages or texts throughout, the day sometimes. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this stuff, or it's game changer and stuff. And it's so innovative. This is what truly your makeup artists and like Hollywood and stuff is, to me, I feel like it's their long lost secrets. They've always used these creams because cream-based foundations are so good on all types of skin, especially mature skin, because they don't settle. They don't settle and stuff. They move with your skin, which is A-okay in my book. So we're going to go in first. Let me get up here a little bit closer to you guys so you can see me and I can see y'all. All right, we're going to go in first with the contour. And I know I've probably done some of this before. And a lot of people I know have watched my videos, but people will still say, I don't know how to do it. Hang on, I'm fixing my rear end there. It needs a lot of fixing, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna go in with my contour shade. This is indigo, and it's dark, and I'm glad it's dark because I want it to be dark today. So I'm gonna go in, this is the detail brush. I'm gonna use this oblong end, it's pretty dense. It'll pick up the product that I need it to. And I'm just going to pat it in there. And then I'm going to almost hug the bottom of my cheekbone. It's almost on it, almost below it, but it is right hugging it. And you can go from the tip of your ears and you can feel your cheekbone. So kind of just put it almost on it. But I really want you guys to see it. Y'all gonna see that? Y'all probably like, oh no, she just screwed up. Okay. Look at that. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do it right at the top of my forehead. And I'm not gonna blend it out because I really want it to be seen. This will also show how well this stuff blends out, guys, because I want it, it's not that I'm going for a dramatic makeup look. I want it to be dramatic so that you can see it and you ain't got to guess, hey, where's she putting that? I look like an egghead right now. I look like that, what's that alien on the Flintstones? Zazu or Kazoo? I don't know, but I look like whatever that thing is, that big egghead. Not very flattering right now. Now I'm going to go in with right up under my jawline. Again, this is contouring. It's creating shadows. It's sculpting. Getting a phone call. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to sculpt out the areas that I kind of want to go away a little bit. I don't want them to be so in my face. So we have to do the forehead, the cheeks, the jawline. Going to kind of try to separate that double chin, if you will. And then I will do my nose. Let's go and do it now. I kind of want to do a different color with my nose, though. I'm going to use the color Shadow. Maybe. Maybe not. And I'm going to use this brush, too, which is a smudge brush. It's the eyeshadow, or you can use it for your foundation as well. So this is my contour that I used indigo. See all the places? Now I'm going to go in to my compact that has so many more colors because I have them all so that I can color match you. I can play with it. I can do colors on you if you want to. We can have parties. If you want to have a party, let me know. We have a makeup party. You earn some prizes and some dollar bills. So we'll go into the color Shadow. And I'm going to draw right. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably easier for me to use my fingers sometimes. But I'll showcase what we got. This is also tools. We can use those tools. We want it close together. I feel like Shadow is such a good for the nose, but I use all of them. And then I'm gonna flip back over to my color Indigo. Still using that same smudge brush. And I'm going to line my lips on the outside of them. Look how messy. I don't care. I look like Charlie Chaplin now. And go right up under my bottom lip. And then I do always a little bit right here. Okay. That's the contour. So everybody take a sneak peek of there. Isn't that crazy? But that is where you want to create shadows. They're already naturally there. You're just enhancing, because sometimes you may have a small cheekbone, but you want it to enhance. But most people, you can see now, if you have really round cheeks, I do have round cheeks, but I can still sometimes, if I kind of just, I don't have to suck in, I can just do a little bit, and my cheekbones, I can barely see them. So it's not enough of a shadow for me to make me look thinner, so I want to manipulate my face a little bit. So this is just the shadow piece of it. Now I'm going to go in with the color Amber. That's my contour Indigo. Now I'm going to go in with the color Amber. This is my main highlight, and so this is right here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it pretty much most places that I did not put my contour. This will show it pretty good for camera. And if you're putting it on for the first time and you think, oh no, this is not the right color, she done gave me the wrong color. Well, before you think that, let it sit on your face a little bit. Let it get used to you. Let it absorb in, because you'll be surprised There are so many colors that I can wear, probably 4. And you'll be able to wear multiple colors too, even though you might not think so. You can play with it a little bit and it'll work. And then I'm also going to go in and I'm going to just kind of do right into that contour. Okay. It's already kind of absorbing and going a little bit. So now I did not put anything right here. I left that a little bit blank. And then I will do the bridge of my nose and then right here. See? So that's my contour indigo. Here is my main highlight. What we would consider base or foundation, we call highlight. And so this is the main, the all over. The main is the all over. And then your brightening highlight, that's where you would go in and put where you would want to conceal or lighten or draw the emphasis to. So say that everybody's inner corner is always a little bit darker, so always make sure you brighten that too. So now I'm going to go in with a color. I was going to use Sunlit because that's a bright color to show up on here. Let me do that. I like linen too. What to do? Let me see what the Sunlit. I'll do Sunlit. I'm going to go in and I'm going to prime my eyelids as well. And I'm just using the other end of that brush. And what I do with a little bit of leftover product that's on it, I will take this and I will sweep it up to my contour. And then I'll barely dab it in there, and then I will go right here. And then I always end up blending this out all together. So, now, isn't that pretty? Look at me. So that's got, oh, I didn't do the inside, I didn't do right here. What was I thinking? And then I'm going to go right down the bridge. Guys, there's some people that can do such good nose contours that you would not realize how big their nose is when they take their makeup off. I am not one of these people. I have a nice sized nose, but that's okay. That's how God made me, and you know, He don't make mistakes. So, now I have my brightening highlight in here because this is my center of my face. This is where I have skipped yet another place that I want to contour, people. I'm slacking on the job here. I'm not doing very good at showing you guys what to do. I'm showing you guys what not to do, which is the beauty of it. Yep. Okay. Now, so we have the center of the face is the lightning part, right? You have a little bit here. So you want this to be the triangle of light right here. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this same brush, or I could use this brush, or I could use my sponge. All of these would be great to blend it out. This is my favorite for blending, but this will work too. But since, what do I do? I'm going to use my favorite just because I like the way it does. But this one does good too. So I'm just going to, I always start with my lighter colors. But so you have an idea in a sense now of where I put everything. I put my contour here in the darker areas. The bright yellow, that's the color Sunlit, and it is really pretty and looks good on so many people, and it is such a good brightening color. I feel like, I don't know, I could suggest that to everybody too. I think it's so pretty. But you can tell exactly where it's at because it's a bright yellow. I use it on my eyes too as a primer because my eyelids, I have to have that, because if I don't put a neutral color on my eyelids, I can't put on an eyeshadow and it pop like I see everybody else that puts on colors. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty on yours. It won't look the same on mine. So I need to have a muted canvas to start with, or a blank canvas. And then pretty much everywhere else, you really can't tell because it kind of looks like my skin. That's what you really want for that main highlight. Sorry, I'm on my pants. That's what you want for your main highlight, is for it to be similar to your skin. It ain't got to be perfect. And you'll be surprised though, because when you first put it on, it may not be. My family's in there. They talk. They're loud talkers. But anyway, when you put it on, it may not look like it, because at first it didn't match, and you were like probably thinking, oh, she's putting this crazy color on. But now look at it, between this and my neck, it's not that crazy anymore. So now I'm going to go in. I start with my lighter colors first. Some people start with their contour. There is like 1,000 ways to skin a cat. More than one way. So you skin your cat the way you want. This is how I skin mine. So I go, and I'm just really stippling. Pop, 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 pop. That's what I'm doing. And I'm kind of pressing it into my skin. And I just get all the light. Oh, do y'all hear that thunder outside? It's bad weather today. We're having some bad weather. Okay. So I've just kind of blended it up. And I blended it into my contour. And you can kind of, it's going to kind of mute it all together. But it is such a pretty finish. And this is going to be a good coverage, because I did a good coverage today. With this brush right here, I use a little bit more when I pressed into my foundation, my colors, and it transfers, because the stuff doesn't just sit on the brushes. It moves from the brushes to your face. That's why most of the time you can dip from one color to another, and you really ain't got to worry about there being much transfer, because when you deposit it on your face, that's where it goes. It don't typically stay on your brush. Let me go down the center of my nose. And this is where I was talking about earlier too. If you wanted to just do your perfector sponge here, you could totally do that. And blend all that in. So. And now I will go in and do the rest. Next up, we'll do a bronzer, which is the Bella bronzer. It's the bundle. I can't remember. I don't think I did it in this video. I think I did it in another video. But it's the bronzer that comes in a bundle with this brush. So the bronzer is $14. This brush is $36. Together, they're $50. But if you go to the bundle section, it's $40. Saves you $10. Always make sure you blend up into your hairline too. If you ever feel like you take away too much, grab your little brush, go back, and you can stipple on in there and add a little bit more. I do that often because sometimes I blend out too much. And don't forget that neck, girls. You for sure don't want to go nowhere and people are like, what's wrong? What happened? Did you get in a fight and lose? Okay, now I'm going to go into my bronzer. Where's it at? The great thing about this makeup is it can be all in one compact, super easy to use, and you don't have to worry about having products scattered everywhere. But if you're an artist, then you do have products scattered everywhere because you got everything, and you're like, I don't know if I want to use this today or not. So that's what the fun part about it is. This is my Bella bronzer. And again, this is the brush. So because it's in this compact, usually I have it in another one with two bronzers side by side, which I love to do. But not everybody wants to buy two, so I'm doing like everybody right now. I will squeeze it a little bit, and I will pounce it in there, and then I will just go all over my face in big circular motions, almost where I contoured, where the sun hits. And I'm really just barely touching it because it is such a sheer color. I mean, look, can y'all, that sunlit gives such a pretty glow too. And then the Bella bronzer gives a good glow. I feel like you just have that lit from within look when you're just going all about on your errands. When you're going to the Piggly Wiggly and you gotta get some groceries People be like, dang, girl, what you got on? That never happens. Hey, baby, I'm doing a video. You want to come say hey to everybody?
No, I'm about to leave.
Where you going?
To Miranda's.
Oh, okay.
Have fun with that.
I will. Bye, baby. Love you.
Bye.
Guess he's too big to kiss mama. Bye. All right. He's going to his girlfriend's house, and it's tornado activity outside. There you go. Mom and Dee are here. Have fun. We live in a vinyl. Our house is vinyl siding. And they live in a brick house. But I want to tell you, some of the tornadoes I've seen, it don't matter what you live in. It is going. If it hits right on your house, it's going to demolish it. Which we don't have them right in our area. It's just been storming all day. But they can come at any time. Okay, that just ties everything together. That ties my neck and my face. God, it's such a pretty bronzer. So, now that we got that, we'll go in next with our blush. And this is the color. I think I've done a couple videos using this, and I need to try something different. But of course I've not, because I'm a creature of habit and it's my favorite. And I'm going to use the same brush that I was using, and the color Sandstone. I could use my fingers. No, I'll use a brush. I'm just going to tap it in there. See it on there? And then I'm going to go right above where I contoured. And you can make this a lot more defined. I like for mine to all mute together, but some people like to have a sharper contour. And if you want it to be sharper, you could go in with your main highlight up under your contour when you're done, and then just drag a line, and it would all of a sudden, you would see a vast difference. But I like for mine to mute. Mute. Isn't that a pretty color? And I mean, can you believe this crazy color ends up being that pretty on? It is such a pretty color. And for me to say that when it's on my skin, because I would think everything on me would look terrible, but when I put it on, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. And then I can see it on somebody super fair skin and it's pretty. And I can see it on somebody dark and it's pretty. It looks good on everybody. And then I go in. This is what I was talking about earlier with my sponge. I go in and I will pounce around and I will pick up any excess product that I may have. And so now the one last thing we're going to do is we're going to do an illuminator. We're going to do the color Honey. It's in my palette as well. And I'm just going to go right on my Cupid's bow. I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose. And if you have like zits or places that's come up, it's always a good idea to go in with a little bit darker shade. You touch over it, put your stuff on, and then you can go back in the end and go over with your main color, your main highlight, which mine would have been amber, and I would have just touched it too. I've had one on my nose. I've had to been doctor in the last couple of days, but you know, we also have ways of doing some good camouflaging. Can y'all see that? Is that pretty or what? Or what? I'm just going all right there. And these creams, like I said, so good for mature skin, especially that illuminator when you want that glow on there. God, it's so pretty. And it don't set. Like it's your hair, even though you see it's your hair, I come down, it don't set in those lines. And I love that because it's always done that. These powder illuminators that I use sometimes, or when I do a powder, it's set with a powder, it would get in my lines, and I'm like, oh, I can't stand it. But these don't, because they are cream. All right, fellas, I'm gonna set with my spray because I'm not gonna do my eyes. I'm gonna do that on another video. Take 3. I could do my lips though. Let me go ahead and do my lips. And this is the City Lips. This is the color Pink Taupe. Oh, I love it. It's got a plumper and it's a matte and it's so pretty. so pretty. And you know what I meant to do? I meant to take my contour, and I was going to take this brush, which is a multitasker, and I was going to outline, because it's really pretty when you use an outline of a dark color. And I know I went around with this, just kind of smudged it around, but I really wanted to do like a lip liner, a true lip liner with this, and you just barely overdraw it and then you fill it in. So pretty. This is a plumper, and I'm going to give it just a minute or two of plump, and then I'm going to go in with this NYX Butter Gloss. These things are so good. I fell in love with this. It's called Creme Brulee. I fell in love with this and found it at a department store that had sold NYX years ago. And I loved it so much, I went back and bought 2 more. And this is finally the 3rd one. So this is now a couple of years into it. I've just opened the 3rd one. When I like something, I buy it, unfortunately. So it's really pretty. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes for this to plump. But this is what it would look like on. But it's a real, you know what, I would put it on. I know you guys are sitting on the edge of your seats wondering, what does it look like? It is not super pigmented or anything. It's a butter, it's called a butter gloss. And that's what it feels like. It feels like butter. Okay. So see all that craziness in the beginning, and this is now how it looks. I mean, it is so pretty. My skin looks a lot prettier than it did. I just don't have the prettiest skin. I just don't. Wished I did. Really wish I did. I didn't take care of my skin. I kick myself in the tail now. Something's wrong with my camera here. But it just is what it is. So, but if you look at it now, it looks a whole lot better than it did when I started. And it looks kind of glowy and pretty. And if you want it to be more matte, you could powder it up. You could go in and probably not do the bronzer, or we could pick another shade. Like with that sunlit, I feel like that gives a glow. So we could probably use a little bit more of a muted highlight color, or you just wouldn't have to use that Bella bronzer. But everybody needs the Bella bronzer in their life. Say it with me, Bella bronzer. Oh, it's so good, y'all. That's it. I'm gonna pop off now. Pop off. I guess you would pop off. And I'm gonna do my eyes on another one, on another video that I'll post. Maybe I'll post it in like a series, like a 3-part series of me rambling for days and you guys dying of boredom. How about that? But, oh, did I spray? I sprayed with my setting spray, didn't I? I don't know if I did or not, but we're going to do it again. Because that's what I do. I will spray it and then I will go back over with my sponge. Oh, you know what? Just in case. See, look at me. I said it. There's no wrong way. There's no wrong way. I can go in now with my powder. And this is what I was telling you guys earlier. Go in with my powder and how it's on there, and I could set just with my damp sponge. And I really should have done that probably before I did my honey illuminator. It don't matter. I could either go back with my illuminator or it still would be just fine. But I just hit my T-zone in the areas I think that I would tend to get oily or shiny. I don't mind a little bit of shine. I like the glowy look. I do. I feel like that's a more youthful, radiant look. And Lord knows I need the youth on my side. Middle-aged woman over here. Okay. And then I keep going back in because I press that. I don't want no powder to be. And I could go back over with my spray again. And sometimes I don't even go back with my sponge. Sometimes I do. Whatever. That's it, guys. Yay! That's 2 down. Now I'm going to go in and do my eyes on another one. So we're right shy of 30 minutes. So I have been talking nonstop. And I'm just going to go again. See y'all.